Well, government employee unions have the place. Collective bargaining is something that has been misunderstood. You see, I worked at General Motors, and that old plant supplied a lot of jobs for a lot of people for a long time, while other plants newer than that one were being closed. General Motors in Janesville wasn't. And the reason was because we had a great relationship between management and its workers. And that's what collective bargaining is. It's a table. And it's some chairs around that table, and you meet on things like, yes, benefits and wages, but also on things like workplace safety and conditions. And that's important. And if you're a firefighter or if you're a correctional officer, I want those folks to have that place at the table so they can talk about those issues. I want their input. I want to hear what they have to say. I want to hear their concerns, and I think that's a good thing. So collective bargaining has a place, and it has had a place in Wisconsin.
Remember that there's two main differences between the types of unions we have. Private unions, they're owned by an individual or a corporation or a group of people. They don't negotiate. They have people they hire to go in and negotiate with the union. When the contract is negotiated, it goes to the union membership for a vote, and then it goes to the owner or the owners to decide whether they can live with it. Bottom line, it comes out to the union knows if they ask for too many concessions, the private company will go bankrupt and out of business, they lose their job. So there's that give and take, balance and check. With the public unions, however, it's different. They know the government is not going to go out of business, that if concessions are made, more and more money will have to come from the taxpayers. The other difference is the owners of the company, for public unions, never get a chance to approve the contract. What I mean by that is when they sit down and negotiate, they negotiate with elected leaders like myself, Representative Jorgensen. At the local level, it could be school boards or city councils. And a lot of times those people are helped get elected by that union. So the taxpayer truly doesn't have a fair representative sitting at the table. If we're going to go with public unions, if Act 10 continues to be held up in court, I think what we should do is let the owners decide if the contract is good. Let's send the contract to a referendum. No, I wouldn't. I think there's a lot of problems with that. The problem is not that we don't have enough money to pay for the roads. It's how we deal with the money when we receive it from the taxpayers. You look in the 2009 budget, $150 million from the Transportation Fund was rated and used for non-transportation expenses. The problem also is how the state allocates the money we receive. Right now, the local roads are terrible, and they're terrible, and I hear this at every town hall meeting I go to, is because we only give 30% to the local communities out there.
I have to learn more about that, Bill, but no, that's something that we don't need to do. But we do need to prioritize, and roads are important. And back roads, I grew up on a dairy farm, and I know that the back roads are real important roads, especially for our economy. The milk truck has got to get there. The grain truck has got to get to your farm. It's all very, very important. And prioritizing that, and I strongly believe that we should, in a budget, make sure that we have money that goes to those townships and to the counties to restore those roads. That has to be a priority, and it hasn't been in the past.